Aiko was a gentle soul who loved her tiny garden behind her cottage. Every morning she rose with the sun to tend her blossoms, watering each bud, trimming the dry leaves, and whispering kind words to the flowers she cherished. But one day, Aiko looked over the fence and saw her neighbor's garden. It was bursting with color, roses as red as sunsets, lilies that danced in the breeze, blossoms so bright they made Aiko's heart sink. She sighed and thought, "Why can't my flowers bloom like hers? I must be doing something wrong." Days turned into weeks. The more she compared, the less joy she found in her own garden. She'd stand at the fence for hours, eyes fixed on the other side. While her own soil grew dry, her petals drooped, and weeds crept in unnoticed. Her heart felt as withered as her blossoms. One morning, desperate for answers, Aiko traveled to a distant village to seek the wisdom of an old Zen gardener, known for his peaceful ways. When she arrived, she found him kneeling by a single small blossom that looked frail but alive. She knelt beside him and asked, "Master, why do my flowers not bloom like my neighbors? I do everything I can, but they never look as beautiful." The old gardener gently cupped the withered blossom in his hand and said, "This flower spends its days trying to look like the others. It stares at the garden next door, so it forgets to draw water and sunlight for itself. It cannot bloom because it forgets it is already enough." He turned to Aiko and smiled kindly. "Stop looking over the fence, child. The flower's beauty comes not from comparison, but from how deeply it roots itself in its own soil. Tend to your garden, water your soul. You will bloom in your own time." Aiko bowed her head as tears welled in her eyes. She finally understood that her worth could never be measured by someone else's blossoms. She thanked the gardener and returned home, kneeling in her garden with fresh eyes. From that day on, she cared for her flowers with gentle devotion, not resentment. And slowly, almost without noticing, her own blossoms began to open, each one in its own perfect way. If you ever feel like you're not enough, like your garden will never be as bright as someone else's, remember this: stop comparing your season to another's bloom. Water your own soul. You will blossom in your own time. If this story helped you breathe a little easier, subscribe for more gentle Zen stories that remind you, you are enough just as you are. Subscribe for more mindful stories